Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today. Just a few housekeeping items before we do get started. There is a Q&A button feature located at the bottom of your screen, which you can use to ask questions to our presenters at any time. If you do have questions for a specific college, be sure to mention that college within your question. Your camera and microphones are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you, and this is also one of many sessions happening, so definitely go out and sign up for additional ones as well. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same site where you registered. Now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our first college, which is SUNY Schenectady.
Sorry, everyone. It looks like I'm having some difficulty sharing my screen, but I will just get going with my presentation without it. So hi, I'm Casey Peterson. I am an admissions advisor here at SUNY Schenectady. We are located in Schenectady, New York, which is about 30 minutes outside of Albany. We offer 3 different types of degree programs. We offer transfer degree programs, which are 2-year degrees that are designed to act as the first 2 years of a 4-year program. So within those programs, you'll be able to get all of your general education requirements out of the way, as well as a strong foundation within your core area of study, so that you can then transfer on to a 4-year school and ready to jump on into that more advanced coursework. We also offer 2-year career programs, which are also 2-year degrees, but they're designed to prepare students to jump on into an entry-level position within their career of choice directly after earning that 2-year associate's degree. We also offer a number of 1-year certificate programs. So those certificates are they're 1-year programs. So if you jump in with full-time course load, you can complete those programs within 1 year, and they are designed to act as either additional credentials on top of a previous degree, or as a way to jump on into a career as well. So as far as transfer degree programs, I wish I could share my screen with you so you could see the list that I have. But I'll tell you a couple. We offer a very eclectic list, anything from aviation science to criminal justice to liberal arts to performing arts within the School of Music. We have a lot of really great programs available to you. That is also true as our career degree programs. We offer anything from accounting to culinary arts to paralegal to audio technology within our School of Music. There are a lot of programs for you to choose from. Some really cool certificate programs that we have are our mobile food service program within our School of Hotel and Culinary Arts. That tends to be really popular with our culinary students, as well as a health studies program, which can be used to get all of those nursing prereqs so that you can jump right on into a nursing program. Something really great about SUNY Schenectady that we also have is a ton of academic support services. So those include tutoring services, as well as student success center. So every student is actually assigned a student success coach, which is someone to help you navigate college as you jump on in. So this is really someone that can help you with any issue that seems to pop up for you. So tuition and fees. SUNY Schenectady actually offers the lowest cost per credit as well as tuition per semester within the Capital District. So this is something really great for students to know, that they are getting the best possible education for the best price possible. So there are 6 steps to enrollment. As far as our admissions process goes, we require students to submit a admissions application as well as a copy of their high school transcript or GED task scores. Once we have received those documents from you, you will receive an acceptance packet from us in the mail. Something unique about us at SUNY Schenectady, we have recently done away with placement testing. So you no longer need to worry about that. You will meet with your academic advisor every semester to pick out your courses and really discuss with them what your goals are and pick out the courses and create the schedule that's going to work best for you. Something that I usually recommend doing right now, if you haven't already done so, is the financial aid application. You can access that right on fafsa.ed.gov. And you can submit up to 10 school codes on that FAFSA. So if you're not quite sure what school you want to attend, but you still want to get that FAFSA out of the way, I definitely recommend doing that sooner rather than later. So once again, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to share my presentation with you. But if you have any questions, please submit them in the Q&A and I will be happy to answer them for you.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Up next, we have SUNY Ulster.
All right, let me see if I can share my screen. If I can't, I have my much more able colleague here with me as well, Rebecca Mercado. So let's see if this will work. Can everybody see that? Rebecca, is that up?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So SUNY Ulster. Rebecca and I are from SUNY Ulster. We're admissions representatives there. We also are advisors. So we're folks that meet with students when they're coming in or returning to the school if they've had a separation from us. And something we're very, very proud of at SUNY Ulster is we were declared number one community college in New York State for 2020. So it's something we've worked hard at. We're a smaller school. We're in the Catskills in the Mid-Hudson region. But we think we give a real personal touch, and we think that really helps students to get more acclimated to the school. There's a number of benefits for attending SUNY Ulster. Among them, of course, is cost. We think we offer a great value for your money. An opportunity for you to adjust to college. So if you're not looking to make that jump to a four-year school and you want to kind of dip your toe in the water, if you're unsure of things, you can give it a chance to do that at Ulster. Usually an easier transition, especially for students who live in the area. It's something where you have some familiarity. Many students have been on this campus, used this campus growing up for a variety of different activities. You might have more support at home, chance to do some career exploration. If you're not sure of what you want to do, there's some flexibility with evening classes. Something else, you may want to build your transcript. Perhaps your transcript isn't that strong coming out of high school, and you want to have that opportunity to build it and to create a better transcript for transfer to a four-year school. And, you know, professors are here to teach. They don't do research. And we have an awful lot of clubs and athletics. And then, depending on what you want to do, we're going to find out what your educational goal is, Rebecca.
So at Ulster, you can go up to an associate's degree level. So depending on your goals, you can start pursuing a certificate degree, which is going to be shorter than an associate's degree. But many of our students pursue a two-year degree either towards a career. So it's a two-year associate's degree designed to be in that applied science, go work in the field, or the transferable one where, you know, we are the first 2 years of the bachelor's degree. So something to think about as you're pursuing, you know, this journey that you're on right now. What is going to be your end goal? Are you looking to go on for that bachelor's degree, eventually for the master's or even the doctorate, the PhD, depending on the field that you're interested in? Those are all things obviously to be considering at this point. And at Ulster, we can absolutely have you start whatever your goal is going to be. So we have over 60 programs at Ulster. You can start, like I said, most majors here. You can be a teacher, you can go into psychology, engineering. On our website, you can see the list of all of our majors, but some more unique to us is the fashion design major. It's a really fabulous 2-year associate's degree designed to either transfer, or we have students that do the 2-year. We have a nursing program, students who come to pursue a career in law enforcement. So we have a police basic training program. The veterinary technician program is awesome. It's a 2-year program, similar to nursing. That's another relatively unique major in our area.
So I'm not going to go through this, but we have a lot of transfer opportunity to 4-year programs. We have a transfer center. We have a number of programs where we have articulation agreements, which are agreements that guarantee that you will get into a 4-year program at a certain school based on the program that you've completed at Ulster. An incredible amount of scholarships. We give $500,000 a year in scholarships away. Please apply for them. We have a financial aid office who will help you go through that process as well. Most of our students, the majority, are on some type of aid.
Something that we're really proud of is our student support services at Ulster. You can see them listed here, but all of our students are eligible for free tutoring. You're assigned an advisor in your major, as well as a partner advisor. So you're always going to have that level of support. And then of course there are other programs like the TRIO program, the EOP program. There's mental health counseling on campus, the transfer advising. So there's all kinds of support at Ulster that we absolutely encourage all students to take advantage of. So for more information, here is our contact. And I think we can put some of this in our chat as well. So we absolutely encourage you to visit sunyulster.edu and reach out if you have any questions in the chat.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving us that presentation. As a reminder to our participants, if you do have questions, we're here to answer them. So definitely don't hesitate to drop those into the Q&A down below. Up next, we have SUNY Potsdam.
There we go. Sorry, I was muted. So my name is Liz Hunt. I'm an admissions counselor at SUNY Potsdam. I also attended SUNY Potsdam for 2 years, so I am an alumni. So I kind of have it from all different angles. So any questions that you guys have, I can certainly really help you out in that sense. Just some general facts about SUNY Potsdam. We're located about 20 miles south of the Canadian border, so we're pretty up north. We're definitely in a rural farmland area. We are a 4-year school. We do not hold any associate's degrees or certificates. It's just the 4 years. But kind of just in general with the location, while we're north, we're definitely in a rural location, we're surrounded by 3 other colleges: SUNY Canton, Clarkson University, and St. Lawrence University. So with the 4 colleges, we're considered the associated colleges of the St. Lawrence Valley. So it definitely brings benefits to you guys as students. So we have about 13,000 college students who comes to the Potsdam area. So that brings a lot of diversity socially and educationally as well. So you are able to take classes at the other 3 schools to kind of widen your interests. Maybe if you're interested in doing like any 3+2 programs with Clarkson that we have, it definitely gets a foot in the door. So all that would be at Potsdam's price. 2 of those being private schools, it definitely makes it a lot better for you guys. As far as admissions into SUNY Potsdam, I think that's something first and foremost most of you guys are interested in knowing. And average our incoming freshmen have right around an 88 GPA, but we work with students with the EOP program who fall below that, as well as students who are kind of right on the line of where we'd like to see them. So usually like lower 80s. This is for students. We have our Bridges program. It's an academic support program that allows students that extra help just getting into college, hence like that bridging the gap, so to speak. For requirements, we do accept the SUNY app or the Common Application. We require one letter of recommendation. We need your high school transcript, and then that will pretty much will be all we'll need to make an initial decision. We're SAT and ACT score optional. So, you know, I definitely always encourage students to apply and take these exams, but we do not require them for admissions here at Potsdam. 86 GPA and above does make you scholarship eligible. Unlike a lot of schools, SUNY Potsdam does require you to fill out our scholarship application. For seniors right now, this isn't very relevant, but for juniors, our deadline is February 15th. So it's definitely something you're going to want to keep on your radar. SUNY Potsdam is definitely known for three main things. We definitely have our STEM programs, our Korean School of Music. So if you're interested in that, there's an audition process involved with the application process, as well as being a large school for education. So early childhood education as well as secondary education. We do have a one-year master's program that students usually stick around and stay for as well with this. We're very hands-on. Applied learning is one of our main features here at SUNY Potsdam. So that's really anything that you do that will help your career that basically gets you off of campus. So studying abroad, internships, service learning, volunteer work, all these things are a great resource to you. And we have a huge facility that was made for you guys for like that resource. Lastly, I think another big thing would be we have about 100 clubs and organizations at SUNY Potsdam. So these are academic, so math clubs, and they go all the way to, you know, athletics. So if you're not interested in doing like Division III, you can certainly get involved by doing intramural sports. You know, we have slacklining, swing dancing, you know, anything to really get involved. You know, college is a great time in your life where you're studying your major, but it's also a really great opportunity for you to kind of get involved in things maybe you never would have been involved with before. I think that's really my general spiel about SUNY Potsdam that I would love all of you guys to know, but certainly any questions, feel free to reach out to me or SUNY Potsdam or type them in the chat. I'd love to talk to you guys and definitely speak with you individually on your personal situations.
Thank you so much for giving us that presentation. Up next, we have SUNY Polytechnic Institute.
Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. All right, so let me get right into it. So SUNY Poly, so SUNY Polytechnic Institute, we have two campus locations. So we have the one in Utica, which is our main campus. Majority of our programs are housed there. Then we also have our Albany campus. For those who are interested in like nanoscale engineering, nanoscale sciences, that would be on the Albany campus. And they're right close to the SUNY Albany campus as well. So here at SUNY Poly, here's some of our campus facts. We're rated #2 top public schools and also #5 best value schools of the regional universities north. We also have a little under or a little over 3,100 students. So that makes us a small school or small institution. We currently have about 2,200 undergraduate students and a little over 400 or 500 graduate students as well. With that being said, we do have average classroom size of about 18 with a student to faculty ratio of 13:1. So again, that just reiterates the fact that we are a small university. And we have a little under 1,000 residential students on our Utica campus, and then on our Albany campus, we have quite a few students on there as well. We have 4 res halls, and they're all pretty much close to our main academic buildings. So here are some of the undergraduate degrees that we offer. So we have everything above the yellow line would be on the Utica campus. The unique College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business Management, College of Health Sciences, and College of Engineering. Even though SUNY Poly is always or often referred to as a tech school and stuff like that, we also have a large variety of other majors as well. We have majors in pre-med for students that are interested in that. We also have business degrees. We also have an MBA program. We have pre-law options for students that are interested in that as well. We also have some of our traditional programs like sociology, psychology, biology, just to name of a few. And then we also have interactive media game design, which is a pretty big major within the College of Arts and Sciences. And then our largest college is the College of Engineering. So within the College of Engineering, we have both engineering and engineering technology. So engineering technology is more hands-on. Engineering is more theoretical. Engineering is more rigorous in terms of math, science courses and stuff like that. Engineering technology is not as much. Then below the yellow line, we have our College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering. So stem cell research, nanofab productions, silicone, stuff like that. All of that could be on the Albany campus. Some of our clubs and organizations, we have over 40 clubs and organizations. We have clubs tailored for all students' interest. If we didn't, you always have the opportunity to begin your own club. We also have a SUNY Poly esports for those who are interested in playing esports or sports on a competitive level, video games on a competitive level. We are also NCAA Division III athletics, and we house and host these sports for both men and women: basketball, cross country, lacrosse, soccer, softball, baseball, and volleyball. We also have intramural options available for students who are interested. So here's some of our campus middle 50% averages, so about a B plus average for both the Utica campus and the Albany campus is about 90 average or above. Currently, we are test optional. We also have EOP program for students that may fall traditionally below these averages. I am the EOP liaison, so definitely if anybody has any questions related to EOP, feel free to reach out. Here's our rates and tuition. If you are in the state of New York, average cost of tuition is about $26,000, and that is before any scholarships, financial aid, and stuff like that. That includes room and board and all other associated costs. Out of state would be roughly about $33,000. Does anybody have any questions? Well, I guess we'll save that for the end, but hope I made proper time. That concludes my presentation. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Up next, we have SUNY Oswego.
Hello, everybody. My name's Catherine, and I'm an admissions assistant here at SUNY Oswego. I'm also a graduate of SUNY Oswego, so I also know what it was like to be in your shoes and to be a student here. I'm going to run through, so this is just some drone footage. There's no sound to it, so I'm going to just talk over it. It just gives you a good view of campus. You can kind of feel like you're there right now. We're located right in Oswego, New York, which is about 45 minutes north of Syracuse and about 5 hours northwest of New York City. We're located directly on Lake Ontario, which you can see that bright blue body of water in all of these images is Lake Ontario. We have about 4 residence halls located directly on the lake. We have a mile of lakefront property and then about 700 acres of land total. So you really get some nice sunsets when you're here. We also are a part of the SUNY system. So we are one of 64 schools in that SUNY system. We're a mid-sized SUNY school. So we have around 7,100 undergraduate students and then about 1,000 more graduate level students. So large enough to be diverse and find, different students with different ideas and perspectives and backgrounds, but yet small enough to still have that individualized student experience in the classroom, which is really important as well. We have a variety of different academic programs, which I will touch on in just a second. Really just wanted to kind of show this video to kind of get you feel like you're there and on campus and walking to your classes as well. So this is just wrapping up. So as I had mentioned, so we have over 130 different majors and minors, and we have our school kind of broken down into 4 separate schools. So we have the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, which is actually the largest. So you're going to find majors from zoology to psychology to electrical and computer engineering and biochemistry and philosophy and gender and women's studies. All of those majors are located in our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Undeclared also falls within our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. So if you're not sure what you want to study, that's okay. About 15% of our incoming first-year students are undeclared. We also have our School of Communication, Media, and the Arts. So if you have ever heard of Al Roker from the Today Show, or Steve Levy from ESPN, or Linda Cohn from SportsCenter, they are all some pretty notable alums from our School of Communication, Media, and the Arts programs. We have lots of opportunities for students to get that hands-on experience inside and outside the classroom starting your freshman year. We have our School of Business, which is AACSB accredited, and less than 5% of business schools globally have that accreditation. Here you're going to find, business administration, accounting, marketing, human resource management, finance, and more. We also have a 5th-year MBA program that many of our students do add on to get that bachelor's and that master's in those 5 years. And then we are originally founded as a school of education. So we do still have our roots very deep in the School of Education with childhood education and adolescent education, as well as some 5-year master programs in special education, technology education, as well as to get your professional certification. There's a lot of opportunities to learn not only in the classroom, but also outside the classroom, whether you're doing research with a faculty member and going abroad and presenting, or studying abroad. We offer not just that typical semester-long experience, but also some quarter courses where you travel for a week during the middle of the semester or after the end of the semester. So you're able to kind of do, either a full semester or a couple of weeks abroad. We have internships and co-ops. So we offer that internship experience where you can do that for credit, as well as that co-op, which is more of a immersive program where you're actually working full-time in an organization. You're usually paid pretty well, and really can use that as a stepping stone for your career. And then we also have a variety of service learning opportunities. Our students log over 44,000 hours annually in volunteer service. So opportunities, whether you are in your residence hall doing some service learning or alternative breaks with Habitat for Humanity, there are plenty of opportunities to give back to our campus community as well as the community surrounding. Here is just kind of our value. These are the sticker prices. So this is again before any scholarship or financial aid, which over 90% of our students do receive need-based and or scholarship aid. Something very unique about SUNY Oswego is that we actually freeze your cost of room and meal and board for all 4 years. So whatever price you pay as an incoming first-year student, you're guaranteed housing on campus all 4 years, as well as that price will never increase during your time here. So just want to, note that we have been, regionally accredited in many areas. We've been around for quite a while. I've been listed as a Best Value College edition, as well as have a plethora of money for merit scholarships for our students applying. And then I just want you to stay connected with us. We are doing a variety of different visits this spring, whether they're virtually or in person. So check us out on our visit page. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We just did a giveaway on our Instagram, and we have some pretty fun, things that we do on there as well. So definitely check it out to stay in touch with us.
Wonderful. Thank you for your presentation. As a final reminder for our participants, if you do have questions, we still have a little bit of time left, so definitely drop those into the Q&A. Up next is our final institution, which is SUNY Oneonta.
Hi, good evening. My name is James Lethbridge. Most people call me Jim. I am an admissions counselor at SUNY Oneonta. I thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentations tonight, and hope you get a bunch of good information. So I likewise am going to attempt to share my screen. Okay, so SUNY Oneonta is a mid-size liberal arts school located right in the middle of central New York, so central New York. In terms of the region, we're about 1.5 hours from Albany, 4 hours from Philadelphia, 3 hours from New York City, and 4 hours from Boston. So really emphasizes the centrality of central New York. So the way I kind of say it is it's usually close enough, far enough that you can kind of get away from your parents, but close enough that you can call them up on the weekends and be like, hey, I got to come home. So it's pretty easy to get around. It's beautiful also. So just some fast facts about the institution. We have roughly 7,000 students currently, 15 residence halls, 57 academic majors, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Our student to faculty ratio is 17:1, which means that there's at least one faculty member for every 17 students. So you get a lot of time to get to know your professors, a lot of time to meet with them and talk with them and kind of establish the type of relationship that you want of advising and getting wisdom from your professors. Average class size is 21 students, which makes for a great kind of discussion environment rather than a kind of full-fledged lecture where people are just blasting information at you. For our first year class for this this past year, 2020, we enrolled 1,482 students. 40% of those were first generation students, and 27% of those represent students coming from multicultural populations. Here's a whole bunch of our majors. These are all of them really, but hold on, let me just move this around and pull up this. So our most popular majors currently are psychology, business economics, biology, early childhood education, criminal justice, communication studies, childhood education, music industry, fashion and textiles, and adolescence education. So SUNY Oneonta was originally founded as an education school, and that makes up a really kind of key component of who we are and how we see ourselves. So we take our education programs very, very seriously. All the education programs involve hands-on work, course construction, student teaching in local schools, a lot of hands-on experience, as well as organizing students into cohorts so that you get kind of a pod of friends and you all do your various internships and classes together. So we really put a lot of energy into the childhood education program. But as you can see, we also have all these other programs as well. Some of the more interesting ones or some of the more unique ones are the dietetics program, which is through the human ecology department, as well as the music industries program. So the music industries program focuses on, as the name says, the industrial side of music. So this would be production, recording, promotion, things like that. So students in the past have recorded full albums, produced full albums with other students who are musicians. So it's a really unique and cool program that is very, very popular as well. We also have pre-professional advisement tracks in which you work. So these are in chiropractic, dentistry, law, medicine, occupational therapy, etc. You can read it. I won't read it all out to you. But what these are programs in which you are working on a degree from SUNY Oneonta, but you're also being advised by a professional at the same time in order to organize your degree at Oneonta in such a way that it prepares you maximally for going on to do professional studies in a certain field, right? So to get a DDS in dentistry, you'll be taking a bunch of courses that will be the kinds of courses that local dentistry schools will be looking for when you apply to do those advanced degrees. We also have some cooperative programs in which you'll take courses here at Oneonta, as well as at other schools. So fashion, we have a course sequence in which you do 3 years at Oneonta and then a year at FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. We also have business administration, in which you can do 5 years and have all the accreditation for the accounting certifications for New York State as well. So you can go well beyond just what you would have here at Oneonta in any of our programs. Our students are responsible for over 50,000 hours of community service. We have over 150 clubs and organizations. Some of the more unique, to name a few, is there's a knitting club, which doesn't sound like a young person thing to me, but I'm not a young person anymore. So I guess that's what happens when you get old. And we also have a Harry Potter club, which I thought was pretty cool. We have 21 Greek organizations. and 21 NCAA Division III teams. So there's always a ton of sporting events going on. We have a very strong kind of like team spirit at Oneonta. We get very into our sports. Here's all the data stuff. So deadline for early action. So if you apply for early action, we'll get you a decision by January 5th. That deadline is November 15th. General decision, as soon as you can after the early action deadline, but recommended by March 15th. And we begin reviewing rolling admissions as we go. As you can see here, we got a ton of scholarships available. You don't need to apply to them. We automatically apply them with your application. Here is also some of the data about incoming classes. And here's my contact information. And here is a beautiful picture of the campus. I told you it was beautiful. And believe it or not, this is the view that I get to see from my office, which I feel like I don't deserve, but I'm very blessed to have. So this is Oneonta. That's my info. And if you need anything, drop a question in the chat or get in contact with me directly.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for giving us more information about your respective institutions. I'm going to invite all my fellow panelists to come back to answer a question to give you guys a little bit more insight to some of their favorite things that they offer. So the question we'll be answering is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And we're going to start with SUNY Schenectady.
Hello again, everyone. My favorite event on campus is definitely when students come back to campus after either winter or summer break, because everyone from all of the different offices as well as faculty come out and we hand out snacks and introduce ourselves to all of the incoming students. So doing that twice a year for the fall and spring semesters is definitely one of my favorites.
SUNY Ulster.
Rebecca, you want to handle this one first?
Sure. I would say I guess the club fair at the beginning of the year is always one of my favorite things. We get to see the current students and advisors meeting the new students and, getting to see everybody's excitement over what possible things they could join and be a part of for the year is always really, really fun.
And that's at the beginning of the year, and I'll go with the end of the year. So I'll go with the Omega. I love the pinning ceremony for the nursing students. We've got students who are completing this. Many of them has been a long, long road. Many of them are non-traditional students, and they've made it, and they're going to become nurses. So it's a really tearful, incredible, emotional ceremony. Families are there, and it's a cool thing.
SUNY Potsdam.
I think kind of similar to, it sounds like Ulster, we do have it's called Welcome Weekend. It's the weekend after the first week of classes, and we have all the clubs and organizations on campus get together, and the freshmen get to walk around, and that's kind of where you sign up and first kind of get involved with anything you're interested in. And then in downtown, all the shops are open, they're eating outside, and there's like coupon booklets for the students to kind of like get you off campus and exploring not only campus, but downtown. So I think that's always a really fun and energetic time.
SUNY Polytechnic Institute.
Yes, so where do I begin? So for the most part, I would say we have Wildcat Day. We usually host that the fall semester, and that's where all the students come to campus. When they first come, we kind of host this large event in the quads in our res halls, where we have like a lot of cookouts, we have like entertainment, we also have like music and just different things going on, laser tag, you name it. Like there's a bunch of stuff going on, water balloon fights, all of that stuff. So that's one of great thing that I really enjoy. Also, we host First Robotics on our campus, the First Robotic League. They compete with their robots and stuff like that. They utilize our field house. That's a great event as well. So both of those would be my favorites.
SUNY Oswego.
I think that our best tradition is our torchlight ceremony. So when you first move to campus, that first night we do a torchlight ceremony in our campus center in our hockey arena. So it's you and all of the other incoming students The president gives a speech, she has a torchlight, she lights the first candle, they light the next, and it's a domino effect throughout the building. So you do that your first night on campus, and then you do it the night before graduation as well with your entire class again. So it's something you do when you first get to campus as well as when you leave. So it's very symbolic about your time there. It's also one of the very few times that you're completely together with your incoming class, which is something really great as well.
And SUNY Oneonta.
All right, I'm going to share my screen again so I can give you a picture of my favorite event. So here is our welcome weekend. These are all the new students coming in, and what they do is they all congregate up by the welcome center where my office is. And you can see here, so they all congregate up at the top of this image, or the kind of where the bottom of the image is. And as they enter the college for their first time, they go through those two pillars. Now, those two pillars are actually the original pillars of the original school building from the 1800s, the only two remaining structures. And so it symbolizes them kind of entering the college community. And then at the end of the year, after graduation, they all line up in that little field, and then they walk back up through the pillars to signify them exiting the university and exiting the college and going out into the world. And then there's champagne and excitement and things. And it's just one of those symbolic things. It just feels really meaningful.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback you can give us. It's also just one of many sessions happening. We have some next hour and some during the day tomorrow as well. Also, in about a week, you'll be able to find the session's recording at the same site where you registered. Again, thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your evening.